a recipe. Spaghetti is one of those things that everybody makes, and they got their own recipe on how you do spaghetti and, different styles. So, not here to argue that, because keep doing what you're doing. But I decided that I'm going to make Sicilian style spaghetti. If you ever saw the movie The Godfather, in one of the scenes right after the Godfather got hit, they were in the kitchen and they were cooking recipes, spaghetti. And this is the recipe from that scene out of the movie. So here's what we're doing. We're going to start with a little bit of, get a little bit of oil going here. So I'm going to throw some onions that I've already chopped up. Got some onions going on. It's going to go in here. And then, of course, we're going to throw a little bit of garlic. Let me find the garlic. Oh, yeah. So onions, a little bit of garlic here. So we're just going to kind of mix that in together and get that kind of acquainted with each other. Like I said, I've got the olive oil going in there. I may throw a little bit more. Olive oil depends on what you like. Pure virgin olive oil is probably some of the best. I'm using this one here. This is also a good olive oil if you like this kind here. It's another one that's available. But, I'm not an expert on olive oil. Some of you probably know more than I would know about that. So we got this going on here. So what we're going to do is get that acquainted with each other. And then I'm going to go in. I've got some tomatoes and then sauce here we're going to put in on top. So we're going to throw in the sauce here. Normally I would let this cook a little bit longer, but, for demonstration purposes. So we throw in the sauce here, and then we're going to throw in some tomatoes. I won't throw all of them in, but, throw in a little bit of tomatoes in here. So, I'm just using the regular tomatoes. These are actually garlic, olive oil, and looks like a little basil in there. So we have that. I've got fresh oregano. I really believe in fresh oregano. That you can just, kind of freshen up and throw in there. So throw the fresh oregano in there. And of course, I forgot one thing. Let me grab one of the most important ingredients is salt and pepper, right? Well, I'm thinking about all that. And do all the salt and the pepper. So again, we've got the sauteed onions, garlic, and I've just started to pour in the tomato sauce with a few tomatoes, and I'm throwing in some salt. Right, I'm not done yet with getting this in. I've thrown in some fresh oregano, bam, and then we're going to throw in some brown sugar straight out of the movie. So we got to throw a little brown sugar here. So that goes in. We're stirring that in there, and really to give that flavor, I'm using probably a little bit higher wine than I should, but this is a nice 2017 Cabernet Sauvignon. Probably not, the best to be throwing in there, but it's good. So we're going to throw some wine in there. So we got this whole little mixture going in here. And of course, I'm not done yet. We're going to continue to stir that. And we'll throw some more tomatoes in there because, can't hurt anything. Got a special way of also doing the pasta. So I'm going to throw some pepper in here just to give it flavor. And again, everybody has kind of their own flavor of doing it. But this one knocks it cold. I've been very consistent with this. And if you get the movie The Godfather, you will see it. So next I'm going to throw up is I got meatballs. So the deal with the meatballs is, I think it's better doing a couple things. So these meatballs are mixed with veal and beef. Gives it a more softer flavor. You can do pork and veal, but most Americans, Westerns, they just do like beef, right? Which is okay, but I think you get more from the Sicilian style. They do mixture of it. So what we've done here is we've got some beef, and I did Wagyu beef, so I went a little bit higher on the beef, but I seasoned it with salt, peppers, oregano. I threw a little breadcrumbs in here because I want to make sure they all stay together. And of course, we threw onions and garlic in there. So it's a nice relationship here. So it's kind of like in life, when you're building relationships, man, it's the ingredients that you bring into each relationship. Each one's got a gift, a talent, and ability. If you're creating a partnership, man, you got to bring the ingredients there, and everybody's going to have a different design. Some people would say, I don't want beef. I want non-meat in my. Cool, do it that way. Other people is I want just pork or just lamb. So it's really about the ingredients. I don't think there's a right way or a wrong way, but you just have to decide how you best want it to taste What do you want the recipe to taste like at the end of the day? So the other thing that I have is I've got fresh basil that I'm going to chop up. Basil to me, it just gives you that fresh authenticity, and that's really what you want when you're doing food and recipes. You want an authentic taste to it. You don't want it to taste like it came out of a can, a bottle, or a box. You want to feel like that it was created on your stove, range, or whatever you cook. Key to that is fresh ingredients. Spending the doing the prep time makes a big difference. So we're going to sit this. This is just going to probably go for hour, 2 hours, because I don't know. I don't want to rush it. I want the herbs to kind of sit in there, get acquainted with the sauce. I'll adjust it if it needs more salt, more pepper, maybe a little bit more brown sugar. But that's it. And then next time we do this, I will go through my special pasta recipe because I do it a little bit different. I learned this from another movie on how to do pasta, and it is the best pasta. But today we're doing the sauce. And so if you can start with a good sauce, you will have a good ingredient to making a great meal. Make sure we throw some bread in there. I got some croissant roll breads. You can do just different things to sort of do that. We got a Caesar salad going. So anyway, here's your ingredient, inspirational Sicilian style pasta sauce. Get you some of that. Hey, we'll see you on another edition of Inspirational Recipe.